Honestly, I know I'm a mess, but to some people that might just look like, why is she getting so dramatic over booking a flight home? But to me, this my entire life is going to be so different. I've lived on my own away from home for 2 years, and I'm just about to fly back home into the unknown. I don't even have a bedroom at home. My mum has moved house. The house needs doing up. Like, the next steps are so uncertain, but I just know that it feels right to do it, and that in Thailand, it's not, I shouldn't be here right now. Okay, I think it's time to catch up because I know you're all going to be thinking, what the fuck is going on? So I'm here to explain and to let you know everything. So you've obviously seen the other video, and yes, I'm back in the UK. Crazy. But yeah, I'm here, I'm not here. Right now I'm in Thailand filming this, but by the time I upload this to YouTube, you are going to see that I'm back in the UK. I've surprised my friends, surprised my family, and yeah. So you're probably all thinking, what's going on? I thought you were going to Australia. Lottie, why are you in the UK? Tell us more information. So I just thought that I would make a video in order to explain this to you guys and to just so you understand what's going on, where I'm at and where I'm heading, I guess. So backstory. As you guys know, I left the UK almost 2 years ago now. I went to Bali to live, which is funny because years and years ago, before the 2 years, I can't remember dates, but I went to Bali, I travelled Bali, and I absolutely loved it, obsessed with it, amazing, want to live here, this is amazing. And I visited Thailand previously as well, but I hate to say I travelled because it was actually when I was working on the cruise ship. So we kind of got to go on and off the ship and visit the place and not really travel the place. But anyway, I absolutely hated Thailand. So why am I telling you a story? I don't know, I'm just giving you the backstory here. So yeah, when I left 2 years ago, I went to live in Bali and I was like, oh my God, I love it here, I want to live here. And then I couldn't get settled. So after 4 months, I left, and one of my friends in Bali was like, go to Thailand, try Thailand. I'm like, girl, I don't like Thailand. She's like, just try it again. So I was like, okay, I'll try it again. Yeah, and then that's why I came to Thailand. I obviously loved it so much and I fell in love with the place, and it was totally different to what I remembered it was beforehand. And that was probably because when I worked on the cruise ship, I was getting on and off at the touristy places, and yeah, they're not that much fun. But yeah, living in Thailand has been a whole experience and I'm so grateful for it. I've loved it. Up until recently, I've loved it. You know, I held my first ever retreat here, which is so insane. I've met some amazing people, and honestly, like, I have loved it up until recently, which I will talk about in a moment. So the reason that I went online with my work and with my business was because I wanted freedom. I wanted to travel the world, I wanted to try new places, I wanted to be able to work and do that all at the same time. In my first year of living away, obviously I lived in Bali for 4 months, I went to New Zealand for a month, I came to Thailand, I went to Dubai, I went to Kuala Lumpur. Like, I got to experience that life that was the reason that I actually stepped out of PT and on the gym floor and went online, because that was the sort of thing I wanted to do. I wanted to be like, yeah, you want to meet in Dubai? Let's go to Dubai. Yeah, do you want to come to New Zealand? Let's go to New Zealand. Like, I can still work and travel, and that is literally like my ultimate goal. However, when I got to Thailand, I was here for 6 months, and when I entered on the third visa, so you get like a 2-month visa, 2-month visa, 2-month visa. When I entered on the third visa for my 6th month, they questioned me at the airport, and I was like, fuck, I'm just going to go on a student visa so I get to stay in the country for longer rather than doing every 2 months doing a visa run. So that's when I went on to a student visa last year, in November last year, so 2023. But ever since then, I have been stuck. I think that's a good word to use, stuck. Now, with the student visa, you can apply to leave the country, and you shouldn't really be doing it often because the reason you're in Thailand is to study, right? So you can't just have a study visa and then go on all of these holidays, because it's like, okay, why are you not studying, and immigration will get funny, etc. So I wanted to avoid that, and I was like, yeah, that's fine, I can commit myself to the whole year in Thailand. Well, without knowing, that kind of ruined, not ruined, but it's kind of like took that freedom, that travel, that reason why I wanted to work online away from me, like completely. Of course, I'm living in Thailand, like I can travel Thailand, that's amazing. But just small things, like last week, my friends went to Singapore and she'd done high rocks in Singapore, and I would absolutely love to have done that with her, but I couldn't because I'm stuck in Thailand, you know. So I know it's like first world problems, like everybody probably would love to be stuck in Thailand, but for me, it just like went totally against the reason I came here, the reason I left the UK, the reason I worked online. But it's fine, like no regrets. As I said, being in Thailand, being on this visa has allowed me to stay here longer. It's allowed me to do the retreat, meet amazing people. Like I have no regrets, but you know, I would have loved to have been able to leave a little bit more and to travel a little bit more. So I guess since going back to the UK and coming back to Thailand, I realised how lost and how stuck and how, stuck in Thailand I felt, and how lost that was making me feel. I didn't really feel like it prior to going back to the UK, but yeah, when I came back from the UK, I was like, fuck, I'm really missing that thing, that the travel side of things and that freedom, and you know, being spontaneous. Do you want to go and do this trip? Yeah, fuck it, I'll come with you. And that is normally me. Like, I don't know how long you guys have been following me, but I guess quite a while. And last year I just was like, oh, I don't really want to be in Bali anymore. Let me go surprise my friend in New Zealand. That was so much fun. And then my other friend was like, should we go to Dubai for my birthday? And we just done it. And you know, I've not had that spontaneous side of me for ages now because I've been stuck here on this visa. So yeah, that's like a huge part of what I've realised over the last couple of weeks or last couple of months since being back here. Now in Thailand, I am super lonely, and again, didn't really realise this until I went back to the UK and I was around lots of people and I was an extrovert. But here, you know, I don't have that social side of things. I have a small group of friends where I can count on a couple of fingers, which I enjoy spending time with. I've chosen to be friends with them because we have a lot in common. Like, I genuinely enjoy spending time with them. But I am really missing that social side of things in Thailand. And on the flip side, we could say, oh, well, Lottie, you don't help yourself. You go to like a one-to-one Muay Thai training session rather than a group session, etc. So in my head, I know I'm not necessarily helping myself in this situation, but yeah, I don't know, something's missing, and something's missing. I made a pros and cons list of going back to the UK and staying in Thailand. So funny how the mind works. So going back to the UK, it was like, yes, I'm gonna have social side of things, gonna be around people a lot more often. But then also it was like the con of going back was I won't have as much as my own time as I do now. And I'm like, Lottie, this is literally the reason. You're saying you miss connections, you're saying you miss the social side of things. Now you're like, fuck, you're worried I'm not gonna have enough of me time. But, you know, I will make time for myself. And when I went back to the UK in July, obviously I was there for 4 weeks and I was trying to fit everything in. I know that now this time I'm gonna be in the UK for a longer period of time, that I'm not gonna be seeing like 3 people in one day. Like, I'm gonna prioritize myself. Okay, so my original plan was to come back to Thailand until November, see out the rest of my visa, then go to Australia to live for a year. A lot has happened every single week in the past couple of weeks. A lot of decisions, a lot of things have come up for me. And right now, Australia is not the right place for me to go. However, it's still on the cards at some point, but just right now, I need to be at home. And in my last couple of YouTube videos, I've spoke to you guys about the path that I'm on, the path that I'm going down, where I want to be. I haven't given you that much information because I didn't want to give it away that I'm coming back to the UK. But for me to do what I want to do next, I need to be in the UK for it rather than Australia, or, you know, I want to be in the UK for it rather than Australia. So this whole entire journey of mine from, you know, getting into the gym, I think it was in 2020, starting my health and fitness journey, then starting to take it serious, up until now, living away, etc. I have felt lonely on this journey. Don't cry. I felt super lonely, and I know that a lot of you can relate to this. Like, you don't quite fit in with your old friends anymore, but you've not quite made your new friends anymore. It is a lonely journey. It can be a lonely journey, and what I want to do from that is come back to the UK and create a space, a community for you, for me, and for anybody that's feeling lonely to be able to connect with other people. So without giving too much information, think physical space, social events, day retreats, day events, weekend retreats, weekend events. Like, I'm not saying too much else, but just think that sort of thing, like a physical space for us all to connect, to get to know each other, to be around with people on this similar, it doesn't have to be the exact same journey because everybody's journey is different, but being around people where, you know, you can thrive around, you can grow around, you can laugh, you can connect with. Sorry if you can hear the background noise, it sounds like a drill. It's definitely a drill, but hopefully you can't hear it that much. As I've touched on in previous videos, like, I'm not coming away from the fitness industry completely, but for me, my journey has been a lot more than just fitness. So in this physical space, you can expect fitness, but also mindfulness, wholesome vibes as well. And there will be a lot more information to come around that soon, but right now that's all I'm going to say. I just feel like I need to be at the UK to be able to firstly tell you guys about it, but secondly to really get my head down, organise these events and to put the work in. Right now in Australia, I'm definitely not in Australia, right now in Thailand, I quite often pick up my phone and I'm just scrolling. And the reason why, I've pinpointed the reason why, is I don't have that social connection here. So I pick up my phone wanting that social connection from you guys, from my friends, from my family. I always, you know, I'm missing that here. I feel lonely, so I'm always on my phone trying to text people or, you know, post stories, etc., like connect with you guys. So yeah, right now I'm not really putting in the work to move forward on my next path because I just feel, again, stuck here. And environment is a huge thing, right? Like, I'm such a big believer in environment is a huge thing. So I need to get out of this environment. I want to get out of this environment, and that means cutting my Thailand visa short, but also sacrificing, I will cry, Australia for the time being. And I'm 100% going to do my visa in Australia. Like, that is 100% happening. But just right now, I want to start connecting with you guys a lot more, build a big community for all of us on this journey, and hold a lot of physical space, which, you know, I've not been around people for so long, and I know that I thrive when I'm around people. Like, the Thailand retreat was like the best ever. The photo shoot was the best ever. Social events at home with my clients, and like even just going for walks, like honestly, I just felt so happy. And yeah, I want that feeling. I want to create that feeling. I want to create that space. And that looks like being at home in the UK to be able to do that. I've always been that girl that's like, I would never live in the UK. And with a lot of the work that I've been doing recently, it's like, who am I trying to prove a point to? Like, yes, you need to be in the UK for your next couple of steps, your next path, your next, what I want to create. But like, my ego was like, yeah, but you're not the girl that lives in the UK. But then it was having that argument with myself that, no, it's actually okay to live in the UK. I know, I know that I'm the first one to badmouth the UK, but I also know it's not forever. And I also know that being in the UK doesn't mean I'm stuck in the UK. When I lived in the UK 2 years ago, I was a PT on the gym floor. My life was very different. I was very different. Whereas now, I have my online business. I can still, okay, I'm gonna take a trip to Paris. Oh, I'm gonna take a trip here. I'm just gonna go here for a month. Like, I have that freedom. And as I spoke about at the start of this video, that's really, 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 truly what I'm missing right now. Like, being spontaneous, like, that's one of my favorite things to do. And as you guys know, when I went to Lisbon, I literally fell in love with Lisbon. So it's like the thought of being closer to you guys, being around you guys, the thought of being closer to Europe, being able to just take a trip there, like, yeah, it's just what I need right now. And I keep reminding myself, like, yes, okay, you diss the UK, but this is not where you're going to live forever. It's just the next steps on your next path. So yeah, that's my update. I'm actually excited. I am really excited, and I'm a bit nervous. My mum has actually just bought a house and it needs renovating. Is that the word? Doing up. I don't have a bedroom, I don't have a bed, I don't have a mattress. So I really am starting from scratch with my living environment, but I'm excited to be around my friends, I'm excited to be around my family, and you know what, I am the type of person that will make it work no matter what. So yeah, I'll find a bed, I will create a bedroom for myself in my mum's new house. This was honestly such a scary, big decision to make, and I think when I think about leaving Thailand, I get really upset, but I just keep reminding myself that for every one good memory I have here, let's say a couple of times a week, I'm gonna have double that at home. And I know that, you know, saying bye to a couple of my friends here, the security guard, that will break my heart, my Muay Thai trainer, you know, like, these things are sad. And when I'm around them, I have so much fun, but like, it's just every once in a while, right? Like, I'm just making a memory a week or 2 memories a week. I'm scared that I'm gonna feel lost at home. I'm scared I'm gonna feel stuck at home. But then on the flip side, I know that my life is so fucking different now to what it was when I lived at home 2 years ago, when I did feel stuck. So yeah, that is my update. And I know that in the last couple of videos I've been saying, like, my next path, like, it's been so hard to keep this a secret. Like, I have a big mouth, like, I can keep other people's secrets, but when it's me, I'm like, I want to be an oversharer. I love oversharing, I love telling people what's going on in my life, etc. But no, keeping this a secret has been super hard, and obviously even keeping my next path with you a secret has been really hard as well, because like I said, I am an oversharer, and I just know that so many of you are going to be on board with this, so many of you are going to be excited about this. Like, it is a space that is missing, and I know that it's going to be a space where you guys are going to get so much from it. You're going to meet new people, new besties. Oh, we're going to have so much fun, and I'm excited for it. So yeah, I shall see you soon, maybe around if you live in Portsmouth and you're watching this, but I'm sure you will see lots from me in the coming days, probably not days, the coming weeks, about where I'm taking this, events that I'll be holding, etc. So yeah, thank you so much if you've listened to all of this, and also if you have listened to my previous YouTube videos. I'm really enjoying doing this long form content. It's like, you get to know me a little bit more. I know I'm just kind of sat at the table talking to you guys. I will make it a little bit more interesting soon, but right now, or the last couple of weeks, months, etc., like, it's just been a lot to catch up on. So just sitting down, telling you, updating you has felt like the right thing to do, because you guys always support me, and honestly, I love you all from the bottom of my heart. I will see you. I don't know how to finish this.